B106. And I moved here, so now I've been here for 3 years. And it's been a journey within itself. From there, I've been on radio, I'm doing hosting with certain events, but I recently just opened a women's boutique in Kentucky with 2 other young ladies, and we started online last year, and now we have a storefront this year. We opened 2 months ago, and it's in a perfect place, one, because the university right there, they don't have any other stores. But I want to talk a little bit about the process of starting my boutique. So the name of it is Serve. We're online at shopserve.co, and it's been a long journey because I started originally with a online kids boutique, and I was doing it by myself. It was super hard when you work. You know, when you have a dream, you usually still have to work to fund those dreams. So I was working and trying to do an online store. When you have an online store or you own any type of store, you have to work with another company unless you are your own vendor. So you have to reach out to these different vendors, test different products to see if they're right. 9 times out of 10, they'll tell you it's small and it's really an extra small. I know you've been in the store and tried it on and been like, hold on, wait a minute. And so you have to go through that process. So I ended up just deciding that owning a boutique by myself just was not the move. So I jumped into Serve with 2 other young women, which has been working very well. And trust me, it's been trials and tribulations, but it's been working. And the main thing I want to tell you about starting your own business is to write a plan out. You can never go into anything without a plan. I know sometimes we like to think that, oh, this is just a great idea. Nobody else is doing this. Let me start right now. You have to literally invest in not just money, but time. So you need to start and write out a plan. A 3-month plan, 6-month plan, 1-year plan. Also, don't go into it with just thinking that you're going to set aside $2,000 to start a business. It doesn't go that way either. Finances, different things pop up where you'll have to dish out a little bit more money. So I encourage people to write a plan. I also encourage people to reach out to other people that may have the same business that they have. A lot of people I know don't want to share little tidbits, and that's another thing I want to say. If you know something, please reach out to someone else and share it. It doesn't matter how many businesses is out there just like yours. We all have different unique things that we can bring to an industry. We have other people who have the same liquor store every corner, and each liquor store is making money. So we all can do it, but we have to invest in each other to make that happen. So that's 2 or 3 little things that I wanted to share. And then lastly, I want to end my little session with, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. You never know what may come your way, who may come to you and then want to invest in you. But if you have everything ready as far as paperwork and your plan written out, then you can definitely do it. I encourage you guys. And if there's any questions you want to ask me as far as marketing, because I love marketing, I'm always on social media, please build your brand. Please ask me at any time. So we have a wonderful panel. Like I said, I'm ready to introduce my first person on the panel. His name is Tavares Mario. Tavares Mario is an honorable Army veteran, 3 singles and a music video released. No? Oh, no. Okay. So, Tavares, he is the director of community relations for the Village United. He said, no, wait a minute. I'm not singing now. But no, he is the director of community relations for the Village United, which is purpose to create social opportunities for the citizens of Killeen. So can you join us up? I like this suit you got on. Yes.
Okay, if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna stand down here, right? If I get nervous, I might be up in high altitude. Okay, so again, my name is, I'm referred to in the community as Brother Tavares. I'm the director of community relations and president of the Village United. The Village United is a nonprofit organization that's located right around the corner on East Avenue D in Killeen, and our purpose is to come together to create a space in which we can develop, or we can incubate those concepts that will lead to some of the things that Mr. Vantonio will be speaking about with us here in just a moment. So first of all, I want to say thank you to Van, thank you to the organizers of this wonderful event. And when I was asked to participate in this process, I found it a great honor to be able to have an opportunity, because whenever I'm doing something in the community, Van always support me. And so I would like to just take this just a few moments to just share some things with you from my experience in the community as we pursue this particular journey. So now we've been called together to discuss the DNA of entrepreneurship. So the first question that we would have to ask ourselves, or one would ask themselves, is what is DNA? Now, when we sit back and we consider DNA, we understand that DNA on a scientific or molecular level is deoxyribonucleic acid. But what is contained within inside of DNA? That would be an excellent question for us to ask, and it's something that we should all consider. Inside of DNA, inside of the chemical composition of DNA, is the mapping for everything in creation, dating back from current all the way to creation itself, in the beginning. In the beginning. That is what is contained within inside of our DNA. So we're going to discuss the DNA of entrepreneurship. We have to go back and we have to seriously consider what is contained inside of entrepreneurship that is absolutely vital for us to be able to contribute to our survival as a community. So now, my particular topic, or the particular thing that I was asked to speak about today was that concept, it takes a village. Now, the first time, in all honesty, that I was acquainted with that concept, I heard it during Bill Clinton's second presidential run. I heard Hillary Clinton say, it takes a village. That was the first time that I had ever heard that concept. And I thought that was such a phenomenal concept. It takes a village. But now, as an adult, because I was a young man then, right, I didn't really understand anything during that period of time in my life. As I see wisdom inside of the room, hey, wisdom, recognize wisdom, I want to acknowledge you, sir. Right? I didn't know a lot of stuff at that time. So it took some growing and some nurturing and some maturing for me to understand what exactly is a village. So we use that term. We say it takes a village, but it's a catchphrase. It's only a catchphrase today. We don't really truly understand what a village is and what's the nature and the function of a village and how a village supports everything that we're going to need in order to change our condition in the environment in which we find ourselves. Everything is contained inside of the village. If inside of the DNA is the map for everything that we need to exist, dating from today all the way back to creation itself, inside of the village is everything that we need in order to provide for our sustenance and our success as we move forward from today into the future, if that makes sense. All right, so what is a village? What is the particular composition of a village that we need and that we must learn how to rely on? Look at our community. Our community operates in disrepair, dysfunction. But why? Because we don't operate in the village concept. So we use, it takes a village, it takes a village. But when are we going to start deliberately working to build a village in order to be able to ensure that it can take a village? It can't take a village if the village does not exist. So we say, well, the village won't grow if the people don't know. It don't matter what the people know, because what we know don't support the village concept. What we know support a society and an environment in which we find ourselves at the bottom rung on everything that exists from right now all the way dating back to our arrival in this land. Take it or let it alone. So now we have been called for today to create an environment that will give us an opportunity to cultivate village. For who? Not for you and I. You and I now are the builders of village. So we're called to cultivate village so that our progeny can survive. We got to ask ourselves today, do we desire that our children grow up in an environment, the same dysfunction, the same disrepair that we grew up in? Now, I don't know about y'all, I'm from Miami, Florida. I know what I grew up in. I know what I was doing when I was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old. And if I know what I was doing at 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old, ask yourself, what were you doing? What were you doing during those days? Don't be no hypocrite today as we sit and we cast doubt and we ridicule and we punish and we subject our children to foolishness. Be real with yourself about the condition that existed. But who was preparing us to be elders in the village? No one. Those individuals didn't exist. Those individuals were systematically removed from the village so that the village could only support the ideology of the environment. You understand? All right. So now it's our responsibility to understand what we must do in order to create an environment that will give us the opportunity to support entrepreneurship. Because it don't make no sense to have entrepreneurs and not have no village. It don't make no sense to have business but don't have a community structure that support the development of the business. So what we have to do is we have to understand how to form or lay the appropriate foundation. See, we want to put the carriage before the horse, right? But when we're thinking about these things, we got to understand that one supports the other in a system of mutuality. And as we work towards trying to cultivate that environment, we got to understand all the constituent and showing up to a place and they say, well, no, sir. I was a teenage father, right? So I'm showing up trying to figure out how I'm going to get this baby pampers and milk, and the joker tell you, no, sir, unfortunately, we ain't going to be able to hire you. No, we ain't going to be able to do nothing for you. No, we ain't going to be able to do nothing for you. But there was nobody in the environment to tell me, well, Dad, if ain't nobody going to do nothing for you, do it for yourself. And that's what Mr. Vantonio is going to get ready to come and share with us. There's a power that exists within inside of our community when we stop playing and begging, and then we take the responsibility upon ourselves to do for ourselves what is necessary to be done in order to sustain our environment. Well, what is power? Right? These are the questions that we got to ask. We use these terms, but we don't understand these terms. What is power? Power is not some mythical agent that floats around and is bestowed upon individuals. Power is something that's generated from a source from the beginning. Inside of your DNA is the map of everything from today, dating back to the beginning of creation. Inside of your DNA is power. But what is power? In physics, power is the rate of doing work or transferring heat, the amount of energy transferred or converted per unit of time. So we were going to just take it as a scientific formula. We would say power is work over time, right? So now we construct a village. As we construct the village for what? So we can frolic and laugh and turn up and get lit? Hell no. We construct the village to do work, right? So we got to make a decision about what we want to do. See, we spend too much time in fun and games. We spend too much time playing. But at some point we got to say, you know what? We finna put in some work, right? So the village must be constructed in order to do work, because work is the only true measure of power. And if we're not working to do what? Working to build somebody else's reality? No, we're working to secure land. We're working to open businesses. We're working to create schools and develop educational opportunities for our children to have their own power of mind, so that way they can contribute to the village concept, so that way they can support our entrepreneurs, so they can become entrepreneurs. And I'm going to say this is like getting ready to close, right? Because anytime we leave out a midterm election cycle period, everybody say these same catchphrases. I'm sick of catchphrases. Oh, you should have voted. Our people fought for the right to vote. I'm going to say this in here publicly, and this ain't got nothing to do with the dynamics of the audience. This ain't got nothing to do with the dynamics of the society. Black people did not fight for the right to vote for our oppressor. Black people fought for the right to vote for those individuals that will align themselves with their interests. So now if a joker want to align themselves with our interests, you don't vote for him. I watched Vantonio run. I watched him run without no support. Man, do you know how that have to feel when you give all of your being to a system, and then you don't get the support, and you try to help some people that don't want the help? Look, man, let me tell you this. As we come into rooms and halls all across the United States like this, let's renew our commitment to do the things that are necessary to evolve our environment, so that way we can support those individuals that are going forward for us as we become that ancestral population. See, we talk about ancestors. Y'all are ancestors. They're going to write books about us. So as we sit back and we marvel about those individuals that came before us, when are we going to understand that we're on the same planet as those individuals that went before us? It's our time now. And as it's our time, we must prepare ourselves during our dispensation of time to do the things that are necessary in order to create and craft change for our community as we move forward. So listen, I want to thank y'all for allowing me the opportunity to come in here and speak with you. I want to thank you, Mr. Vantonio, for putting together an event such as this. And I just want to thank you all who gave up your time to come out to figure out how to take the DNA of entrepreneurship, embed it within inside of yourselves in order to be able to give birth and rise to a better reality. Hey, thank you. I'm Brother Tavares Mario tonight.
Okay, how y'all doing? Good. Okay, so I need to do something real quick because I need to check the severity in the room real quick, all right? Okay, so if this is not the situation that you need to put your phone down, this is not the situation where you need to run to Facebook and update your social media status or whatever it case may be, this probably ain't going to be a good couple minutes for you. So everybody know why they're here, correct?
Yeah.
Cool, let's get this started. Okay, so check this out. Let me ask y'all a question. What does success taste like?
Steak.
Okay, steak.
Blackberry lemonade.
Blackberry lemonade. Okay, so they say that you learn a lot from your kids. And my daughter, she's 5 years old, and she's no exception. Ladybug asked me a very critical question, Rod, driving while heading to the museum. She said, "Hey, Dad." I said, "What's up?" She said, "Dad, what does success taste like?" And me personally, I thought her mama put it up to her. I'm gonna tell you right now, I thought her mama put it up to her. Whatever I said, "What do you mean? What does success taste like?" She said, "What does success taste like?" And it stumped me for a minute. So what I did was, I couldn't answer the question as good as I thought I could at that particular time. So what I had to do was, after the museum, and I dropped her off, driving back home or whatever, I had to think about it. And I thought about, what does success taste like? Now I can go around the room right now and ask everybody in this room right now, what does success taste like? Now what's going to happen is, we're going to get a bunch of different answers or whatever. And none of those answers will be wrong. However, just like I can tell you what success tastes like to me, I can also tell you what success does not taste like. Success does not taste like procrastination. Okay, I ain't get a lot of so y'all ain't with me yet. I said success does not taste like procrastination. Yes. EJ, you gonna drop something? Say it with me, EJ. I appreciate it. Okay, so with that being said, success does not taste like procrastination. What are some of the things that we procrastinate on? Before you say anything, how about the list that we need to make in order to establish our business? How many employees we need? How much research we need to know in reference to a 20-mile radius or 40 or 50-mile radius in reference to, does anybody have a business like mine? The hours of our business, whether it's going to be product, services, or a combination of both. I'm talking about your business plan. Boss lady hit on it earlier, whatever the case may be. But here's the thing. Why does it take us 6 months to 5 years to get things developed? Why our friends are not pushing us? Why our family not pushing us? Why do we not have the intellectual fortitude to push ourselves? Let me find out somebody to listen. I'm going to give you an air high five. There you go. Because we procrastinate. Even better. What else do we procrastinate on? Networking. She also hit on that. Listen, a lot of people are happy with 5 minutes of fame. Let me explain this to you. Okay? Whether you're an artist, whether you're an entrepreneur, business owner, just a dreamer. You love the fact that somebody can stand in front of you and give you all types of kudos. Good job! Good job! Good job. And what happens is, as soon as you leave that location, that good job is none more. We need to find people, stay with me, we need to find people that's going to help elevate us, that's going to help market for us. So regardless of whatever your product or your service is, you need to make sure that you have people in your inner circle that's going to push you. Make sense?
Yes.
So let's stop cutting ourselves short, asking for 5 minutes of fame. It's cool, thank you. The pound cake was good, thanks. But I need somebody that's going to help elevate me. It's not just about liking a social media post. It's about sharing. It's about giving good reviews. Uh-oh. Y'all ready for the next thing? Y'all ready for the next thing? Because we procrastinate, so we need to talk about it. We need to have that hard conversation. Okay, I see you, Barry Gang. I see it. I'm trying to put Barry in my stuff. Okay, here we go. So, what I'm saying is, leadership and teamwork. There's a lot of dreamers in the room right now. There's a lot of entrepreneurs in the room right now. A lot of young people in the room right now. A lot of business owners in the room right now. Here's the thing. There's a lot of leaders in the room right now. Okay? And in order to be a leader, you have to be able to make the hard decisions.
Yes.
If you can't make the hard decisions, then why are you screaming, I'm a CEO or I'm a founder of anything? Hard decisions, what do I mean? Glad you asked. That means that family member that you got working for you, that don't come to work on time, that don't promote good business practices, and all your customers are like, what time you get to work? That's when I'm coming. You have to be able to make the hard decisions. Teamwork. Ladies and gentlemen, if you built your foundation around you, that means you can't take a sick day. Okay, I said, if you built your organization around you and you can't take a sick day because your business is going to fall apart, you can't go to a funeral, you can't go out and get a bite to eat every day from 9 to 5. You got to be inside this building looking at the same paperwork or food or whatever it is your products and services provide. You're failing. Build a team. Put people around you that's going to help market and push you to the acceleration that you want to be. That means you can't put crazy people around you, people. You can't put crazy people around you.
They gotta be solid.
They gotta be solid.
Okay.
I don't care what color they are. as long as they solid. Here's the thing. Stop hiring people based on, oh, you a friend of mine. Can I see a resume? What's a resume? Well, that's what the people who actually hire people for real jobs do. I want to see what you've done. I don't care what you think you can do. Show me what you've done. You know what? I got a free gift for everybody in here. Anybody want it? That's going to make y'all some money. Okay, so check this out. Boss lady actually, I'll take out your phone. I'm also actually take out your phone. I'm actually take out your phone, and I'm hoping that everybody here has a social media page, but the platform I want you to go to is Facebook. And I want you to put in the search for Facebook, hashtag WDSTL. What does success taste like? What does success taste like? Ladies and gentlemen, if you are serious about starting a business, if you are serious about maintaining a business, if you are serious about growing a business, or you simply just want some research, ladies and gentlemen, I provided over 23 gifts for you, free of charge. You can thank me later. The only thing that I'm asking of you is that you comment hashtag WDSTL. Let me know that you was listening, and then share it. Give the information to the people in your circle, so that way it's not a bunch of people. The blind lead the blind. Everybody knows it. Everybody's impacted. Everybody's moving forward. So, I promise you all something in reference to the answer to what does success taste like. Anybody ready for my answer? I see some people looking down. I appreciate it. That means you're still searching. We can do, let me give you 20 seconds. Let me get you a DJ. Can I get something? Can I get DJs? This is the last time we have it. Okay. I would do a dance with that. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so here's the thing. What does success taste like? Everybody, every time you meet somebody, they're going to give you all these big astronomical words and all of this stuff and statistics and all this other crap. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, success simply tastes like effort. It simply tastes like effort. And if you really want to get into that conversation and really find out who you're dealing with, it tastes like positive effort. So the next time you meet somebody, dreamers, business owners, entrepreneurs, people are just curious about a relationship with having a business or whatever the case may be. Ask them, what does success taste like to them? And if they don't respond with anything that sounds like positive effort, then you might not want to do business with them. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. That was Mario Congress. Everybody get checked in on Facebook, right? Yeah? Okay, I know we said that we wasn't going to go live, but yeah, we need to take that back. Everybody got their phone out. We got these cameras, which is a good thing. We sharing. We letting people know that we are actually out here networking and learning some things. So should I do the next raffle now? You want to wait? We got to do it now? Okay. I'm learning stuff, y'all. I'm learning stuff. Okay, so the next number is, and this is for a logo. Tamika Diggs, number 36.
All right, Tamika.
Yes.
Woo!
Start thinking of that logo, girl, because you got you a free one coming. Yes.
things stick out to me in particular. Number one, of course, being our time at the radio station in 92.3. We learned a lot, we grew from there, and it was a very different experience that I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life. And I'm definitely going to follow those lessons learned and everything.
The odd thing about life is, until you find something to die for, is when you truly find something to live for. When you have a big enough reason to change something, and you're willing to die before it stays the same, that's when change truly happens.
I'd like to give thank you to Vantonio Fraley. He's been a friend to me, I want to say since 97th grade. Since seventh grade. First thing he said to me was, he didn't lie, but he said, look, I just want to thank you for me. Standing and having integrity, having a morale to do things in which is I just want to say thank you and I appreciate you all being like that ever since we was growing up and
growing up, man, you always had, I want to say the wherewithal to acknowledge certain things, and you might have been a little bit more mature than some of us, but you acknowledge the world, you acknowledge what was going on in the world, and you acknowledge the change that was coming, and you used to always tell us, to be prepared or to not sit down. And what he's doing for the kids, for the community, and trying to help us with breaking the chain of us just working for somebody.
All I wanna do is make the city proud, yeah. Pushing all the just to see God.
promise after this, you're going to leave with something more than what you came with, all right? So let's just, we're going to do a little chant. Frank, let's see my chant ready, all right? You have my phone ready for me. I'm going to show y'all my chant, because during the middle of the presentation, we're going to get this chant on. I'm going to say it, demonstrate it. I'm not going to have you do it. I'm going to wait till you know what it's about. Then I'm going to have you do it with me, all right? That's fair?
Yeah.
All right, you got my phone ready? The phone. Alright, so the chant gonna sound like this. B-G-O-P, B-G-O-P, B-G-O-P. Now with me? Cool. Alright, so let's get started. So this is the DNA to entrepreneurship, the ingredients to self-sufficiency. Alright, in this time, no more important time is it for you to be able to sustain your family or yourself. How many of you have jobs? Do you love your boss? Yeah, let's say we all love our boss, right? Our bosses are good people. Like she said, don't outshine, well, she said, what'd she say? Don't outshine the boss. Or if you're into the 48 laws of power, law number 1, never outshine the master. As soon as you open the book. All right, so cool. Speaking of never outshining the master, I'm going to ask y'all to take 40 seconds, right? And to just give praise to God, all right? Some of y'all know my story, some of y'all don't. But I love God. He's been there, he's pulled me through so much. This is going to be very intimate and interactive, all right? So I need y'all to get comfortable with me and feel me. So let's get praise for 1 second. Somebody ever think you need them? Tell them you already got all you need. In the daytime. It's been some ugly nights, especially if you know. Alright, so I'm Vantonio. Y'all can see that. I'm not going to bore y'all with the intro again. So we're going to go on. I'm a life coach. So this is what life coaching is about right here. Taking you where you are to where you want to be.
Vocal coach. Maybe even a financial coach. Confusing, isn't it? Well, coach has become such a popular title that it's being used by lots of professions, often with no training. And sometimes coaching is just a fancy way of saying, I'll ask you a few questions and tell you what I think you should do. Well, let's clear the air about coaching. Coaching is often confused with therapy, consulting, and mentoring. Now, those are great helping professions, but they're not professional coaching. Here's the difference. Therapists focus on the past and work to fix what's broken. Consultants provide quantitative analysis, roadmaps, organizational change. They get paid to provide answers. Mentors help those with less experience. Mentors are already experts in their field. They're helping others reach success. Now, that may be somewhat perhaps an approach, but none of these are professional coaching. Professional coaching is a different type of conversation. There's a whole lot of asking and not much telling. Professional coaches are focused on you, helping you design your future, your goals. They're thought-provoking and inspirational. You work on your time. A professional coach focuses on you. Professional coaches are also discerning listeners, empathetic, creative, intuitive, and curious. They're trained in coaching behaviors and competencies, which makes them really good coaches, and they're bound by professional standards and ethics. A professional coach will be your partner, your advocate, your champion.
So in short, I'm life coach Vantonio Fraley. Just like in sport, your coach said you want to get here, this is the workout you need to do. But he'll never do that workout for you. He won't lift one weight or run one lap. So don't confuse that. And this is what we'll cover. The ingredients to entrepreneurship, adding the ingredients to your recipe, and using your recipe for success. Anybody had spaghetti before? Yeah, everybody has spaghetti?
Yeah.
Has anybody ever met two people that make spaghetti just alike? No? But if it doesn't have noodles, is it spaghetti?
No.
If it doesn't have the sauce, is it spaghetti?
No.
So no matter how you make your spaghetti, as long as it has the noodles and the sauce, you got some type of spaghetti, right?
Right.
Same thing with business, same thing with entrepreneurship. Business is general, very plain. It has ingredients. Now, wherever you want to go, you have to find your own recipe. But what's the problem with finding your own recipe? If you don't know the ingredients, you might not ever come up with that recipe.
All right.
So for me, it's about maybe 9 years ago, I was looking for a change. And I started watching the motivational videos on YouTube. I started watching billionaires and millionaires saying, I need to know what they know. It's not about what you read, it is about what you read. It's a lot about what you read. They say certain people don't read, but it's what you read. So with these millionaires and billionaires, I started reading their books, started learning some lectures. Instead of buying Jordans, instead of buying fashion, I went to seminars. And when I got to these seminars, guess what happened? I found out there's a formula. Did y'all know there's a formula to being a millionaire? Did y'all know there's a formula to being a billionaire? Oh, y'all didn't know there's a formula. Y'all thought the formula was working hard? Y'all thought working hard was a formula? You know what messed me up? The first seminar I went to, the guy said, rich people don't work for money. I said, what? I'm looking for a job at overtime.
Come on.
And you talking about the rich people don't work for money, I'm looking for overtime. Pay attention. So we're going to get some of these clues and ingredients. I've got some videos from seminars I attended, from a few of my mentors, that's going to help solidify the message I'm trying to drive, all right? So back to the chant, BGOP. BGOP, what does that mean? Be great on purpose. Yeah, be great on purpose. Those are just words, right? Now it's more than just words. Do y'all know words have energy? Has anybody ever heard of the living word? Okay, so words have energy. We all agree to that on some point, to some aspect. Words have vibrations, which is energy. So let's break this word down. The two most powerful words in human language. Anybody know those words, those two words? Say that?
Yes and no.
Yes and no? No. So those two words are I am. What does I am mean? For those that's been in the Bible, y'all know I am that I am. But let's not disrespect the Bible or anything. Let's take that and break it down. If you are that you are, what are you? Whatever you say you are. Sounds good, but the first thing you should be is present, right? Before you decide whatever you are, you need to be present. So the first word is be. It comes from I am. Be who you are, be where you are, be present to what's going on around you. If you go to Google, I'm an analytics person. I like the nerdy stuff. But if you do the analytics on the word great and the word purpose, they come up in the top 10 words most searched every day. Great and purpose. We all know. I'm not going to explain those two words. So I'm going to just get to the on, right? Okay, on. Man, how many people put their pants on one leg at a time? Yeah? Okay, make sure we are the same. But you do put your pants on. Do you look at your pants over there and walk out the house? No, because you will leave them, right? So when you put something on, it goes with you. Is that true or false?
True.
Yes or yes?
Yes.
Okay, we working. Okay, cool. So let's break it down. 2, you're present, right? I'm sorry, B, you're present. Great. Man, I cut grass. But best believe, it's times when I do not want to cut no grass. There's this 1 yard I hate. Hate's a strong word, but I hate this yard. These people got 3 dogs.
They say things like, I can never be like them, or they got lucky. What most don't see is what they won't come. All the struggles, the daily rejections, the heartaches, the betrayals, the rumors, the criticism, the empty bank accounts, and all those lonely nights while trying to make their vision a reality. You see, the only difference between the one who quits and the one who doesn't is that they showed up every day. They worked hard every day. They hustled every day. They learned from a proven mentor every day. They improved every day. They did all this even though they felt like quitting every day. And eventually, they became who they are today.
Keep working hard, y'all. Keep going for it. Alright. Boom. Rock bottom, right? Anybody know what a rock bottom is? Anybody ever been to rock bottom? Y'all know that's a great place, right? Y'all know what a prerequisite is? No? Y'all know what a prerequisite, right? So rock bottom is the prerequisite to wealth. I'm saying that again. Rock bottom is a prerequisite to wealth. Does that make sense? I explain a little more. Alright, so our main goal, a lot of things we search for is just comfort, right? We just want to be comfortable. We looking for that job so we can live comfortable, right? But guess what happens when we find that job? We live comfortable and we shut everything down. Right? You're not thinking about, well, what about when I'm 65? What about when I'm 80? What about now you got that good job and the new J's came out, whatever. You can afford to do those things. So a lot of times we get so busy in our living, we forget to make a life. Until you hit rock bottom. And then you realize you weren't living on you. You were living on what your boss offered you for a salary, whatever you were paying. And you shut down your life. You say, oh man, my job only pays $10 an hour. That ain't gonna get you to Egypt, so I'm never going to Egypt. So I'm gonna settle for this $10 an hour life. And that's the lifestyle you build until you get old. Rock bottom wakes you up. The most common rock bottoms are illnesses, a loss of a loved one, or jail time. Maybe divorce. I never been divorced, but I experienced a lot of rock bottoms. I've been laid off. Anybody ever been laid off? Yeah. I've been fired. I've been laid off 3 times. I've been fired probably more. But see, it was a little easier for me to deal with being fired. Because most of the time, I knew I was testing the waters. I was testing the stove when I got hot. But when I was doing everything right, I was like, hey, I got laid off. Oh, that hurt. Because jobs didn't come by that especially here. So when I got laid off the first time, I lost my car. But I lived with my mom. Then I got another job. Started rebuilding back up. Got laid off again. I lost my car and my house. Man, got laid off again. But I usually lost. they call me in for a coaching. Oh man, you did a good job. I did a good job? You sure? You sure? Last person told me you did a good job. I got laid off too. But then you got kids, right? You got laid off, but life didn't stop.
Right.
You kept going. All right, so cool. Boom. Y'all know what kind of picture that is? Hold up. Y'all know what kind of picture this is? Y'all saw the track page, right? Yeah, I got a heavy foot. I like speed. But I have over 30 tickets. I've been to jail 18 times on tickets. Y'all saw the college stuff up there, right? Guess what? Being in jail on the license, you gotta see your college stuff. Might as well not even have it. Oh, y'all saw the track stuff, right? So imagine being in college, right? I went and ran 4 years for Nike for a little bit. Boom. So now I don't have a typical work history. I don't have a job. But then when you run the background check, all these licenses come up. Makes you look like a criminal, huh? But then you have to look at yourself, right? Because I got a lot of homeboys in for various reasons in the same situation. But what you pick up and choose to do makes all the difference. It makes all the difference. Then I had a job at Teleperformance. Anybody ever work at Teleperformance? Maybe not there. Anybody ever sell Humana Healthcare? Man, let me tell you something. That job was so hard. When you're calling old people, telling them, yeah, we can get you a 90-day supply of your medicine for $2,000. You an insurance gap, so you got to pay the whole thing. Y'all think that hurts? Imagine having asthma with no insurance. And you know you're going to turn 65. And you've been laid off and haven't worked in years it costs to get SSI. But then, I don't know if y'all, I'll probably cover the asthma industry a little more. They had one over-the-counter. Y'all know what over-the-counter mean? You can just go in and get it. It was called Protein Mist. It was probably the worst drug ever. But when you can't breathe, guess what the worst drug is? Heaven. Heaven. When you run out of breath, you pumping that crack pipe there, whatever it is. That asthma inhaler was so bad, messed up the teeth, all that stuff. But when you can't breathe, you ain't got insurance, heaven, right? So go to the hospital, asthma inhaler. In the U.S., $150 plus. Overseas, $5, $10, whatever. 80 hours every 2 weeks, get a 2-week check, 160 hours. What's that, 1,600? 1,600 a month, somewhere in there? So, 1,600 a month, but the government gonna give me 2,500. Yeah, something's going on, right? Okay, so let's change again. This video, I was just playing the video for you.
Your true wealth is your time and freedom. Money is just a tool for trading your time. It's a container to store your economic energy until you're ready to deploy it. But the whole world has been turned away from real money and has been fooled into using currency. A deceitful impostor that is silently stealing your two most valuable assets, your time and your freedom. Welcome to the rabbit hole.
It's self-explanatory, huh? Sometimes they hire you so you don't become a problem. They hire you to distract you. Sometimes that salary, that hourly wage, is what they're paying you to forget your dreams. What they're paying you is to forget the future of your family. So you got to be careful with that. So we have investors. There's different types of investors. I'm not going to harp on too many of these next few slides. I'm going to play a little quick video to just touch on a little bit. But when it comes to investors, right now as a starter person, you need somebody that's going to invest mental time. Mental time. You know, even when you do something, you need to find somebody that's willing to help you out. Find somebody that understands that when business is done right, it's a win-win for both parties. Right? Okay. Then we have the network and affiliate marketing. It was touched on earlier, where you're a representative of the company. The thing I hate most is going to a business networking meeting, and you have nothing but network marketers there, or sales representatives, because the conversation changes, right? When you're just a salesperson or a representative, your goal is to get somebody to buy from you. Buy from me, buy from me, buy from me, support me, support me. But that's just that wicked to rest. Then we have the business owner. All right, now, we just watched the video on time. When we talk about jobs, we talk about them taking our time. But a lot of times when you're working your business, you're also just the owner of your job. If you can't leave that business and still make money, you're just the owner of your job. We'll get more into that as it comes. Is anybody familiar with this quadrant? Okay. Can y'all see my little quote, my little guy right here? Tell me if this sounds familiar about an employee. It says, so you think it would take you a month to train someone to do your job? Okay, I'll give you a month's notice. Sound familiar? Anybody ever train somebody to do their job? That's the worst feeling ever.
The problem here is that most people go to school on programs with the game. For example, my poor dad, who always said to me, son, go to school so you can get a nice steak, take care of a job. And so my poor dad wanted me to be an employee. This is the plan as a kid. Get a safe, secure job, steady paycheck, and benefits. Okay?
All right, so entrepreneur, that's what we came for, right? Now, don't get it messed up. Whatever position you're in or wherever you want to go, you can start your entrepreneurship there. Like Boss Lady said, you do need a job to support that business endeavor.
Remember that statistically, 9 out of 10 businesses fail when you decide what you want to be. An employee becomes more efficient if he reorganizes his steps so that it is possible to complete a task faster. An entrepreneur becomes more efficient if he reorganizes resources so that processes become faster. Also ask yourself, would I feel better if I were a football player or a football coach? Do I like to perform or do I like to manage? And remember that many top performers earn a lot more money than their coaches or bosses. If you like a fixed amount of money every month, become an employee. If you're okay with fluctuations and okay with maybe not getting paid at all for some time, become an entrepreneur.
Okay, this is a slide I've been waiting to get to. This is the longest video, alright? But this is also the deepest video. I'm not going to speak much, it's about principles, it's a lot of information, alright?
Wealth is not a function of circumstance. It is not a function of condition. It is not a function of race, of gender, who your parents are, which side of the track you were born, how the cards are dealt. But wealth is a function of choice, and it is a function of discipline, and it is a function of decision, and it is a function of innovation, faith, and creativity. Those men and women who have won most in life have relied mostly on themselves. The men and women who are crazy enough to believe and think they can change the world usually do. So this is the story that must be told. This is the story of black men and women who went from poverty, and in some cases below poverty, to reach their financial goals and objectives, and no one placed a microphone or a wall in their hand to do. The first law of wealth is knowledge. Prosperity of wealth begins in the mind, but ends in purpose. We live and have our being in a capitalistic economy, and capitalism is not a dirty word. Capitalism is predicated upon the following fact: if you want to earn more, I suggest that you learn more. What I found in the focus group is that the average black millionaire reads 3 to 4 books a month. The average black millionaire only watches 4 hours of TV a night. That equates to 28 hours of TV a week, when the average African American watches more than 75 hours of TV a week. I had a great interview with Vantonio of X Factor, and he shared with me that at one point in life, when he was the president of the Face Records, he took 8 to 10 weeks out of his busy schedule to take a management executive course farming. And I said to him, Antonio, what would compel you to do that? You would probably save more money over your lifetime with the Face Records than you could spend in a business lifetime. Why would you take an executive course at Harvard? He said, well, number one, the bottom line, the record business is a business. But I learned a long time ago that the moment that you cease to grow, that you dedicate yourself to lifelong learning, you begin to die. If you don't take in the information, if you don't read the books, if you don't study, and if you don't grow, somewhere out in the universe, somebody else will. And the moment that you meet that other person, you lose. The second law is decision. You've got to make a conscious choice that poverty will have no place in your life. As Steve Harvey told me when I had a chance to sit down and chat with him, you've got to make life choices before life makes those choices for you. I had a great interview with a gentleman by the name of Victor McFarland. Victor McFarland is the founder of McFarland Partners, a real estate developer out in the Bay Area in San Francisco. And here is a gentleman who's well on his way to joining the ranks of billionaireship. And he was born and raised in a blue-collar working class town in Ohio. He was a single parent. And he told me that the first 12 years of his life, he lived in a one-bedroom apartment. And his mother had a couch in the foyer area of that apartment. And for the first 12 years of his life, that couch substituted as the bed that Victor and his sister slept on. And when he shared that anecdote with me, I became somewhat sympathetic and empathetic. And he cut me off the knees during the interview. And he said, Doc, no sympathy for me. As a matter of fact, those were probably the best 12 years of my life. I said, what do you mean? He said, it was during the 12-year period that I made a conscious decision that poverty would have no place in my life. You've got to make these right choices. At the counter of success, there are no bargains. You've got to pay the price, and you've got to pay it in full. The average individual is bombarded with 50 million different choices day in and day out. And the majority of those choices we don't have to address, we can avoid. But there are 2 choices that you must look and confront. As soon as you wake up in the morning, number one, you can accept the circumstances that they are, or number two, you can take responsibility to change them. Make life choices before life makes those choices. Third law, though, you got to believe in yourself and no one else will. Here is the one quality, here is the one value that has created more black millionaires than any other attribute. You see, it was faith that allowed Kathy Hughes to endure more than 60 rejections, trying to find financing for a first radio station. You see, it was faith that allowed Bob Johnson, no matter where he was, with his struggling BET station, he would get on a plane, fly back to Chicago, get a rental car, drive to the home of McDonald's and sit in the lobby of McDonald's headquarters, hoping to find anybody in the marketing department so he could pitch the BET station to. He was trying to find a major sponsor. And it was faith that allowed David John to get his struggling boom apparel line off the ground. And I said to David, what was the defining moment in your life? And he said to me, when I had to burn the furniture. I said, what do you mean burn the furniture? He said, when I finally got financing for my apparel line, I went out and I hired a bunch of seamsters. And they showed up at my mother's house with all their equipment, and I had no place to store their sewing machine. I said, what did you do? He said, I took all my mother's furniture out of the house, put it in the backyard, and I set it on fire. The wealthy make money, while the rest of us make excuses. If you knew who walks beside you on this journey called life, you would never doubt or fear again. And then last but not least, there I am with Tyler Curry. And I asked him, I said, Tyler, how did you go from poverty in some circumstances, below poverty, to build one of the most profitable, production companies in Hollywood, $145 million. And his simple reply was, nothing but the grace of God. Believe in yourself when no one else. Fourth law, well, to thy own self be true. What is the greatest resource in the world? The greatest resource in the world is a passionate, committed mind. What have you been sent here to do? Do you know your area of excellence? What is your life's purpose? And these black millionaires, they know specifically what they are attempting to do and what they will do. They know their life's purpose. They know their area of excellence. And if you're going to identify your area of excellence, you've got to ask yourself three critical questions. Question number one, what do I love to do? What do I have a passion for? What can I throw my whole heart and soul into? Question number two, what would I do for free? If no one ever paid me a dime, if no one ever gave me a financial reward for my efforts, what would I do for free? Because when you're doing what you love to do, and you would do it for free, your work is your play. And if your work is your play, you'll never work a day in your life. And question number three, if you can't answer the two questions, go to those people who you respect and admire and ask, what do you see me at? What do you think I would be good at doing? The average individual in our society gets 4 ideas a year, any one of which, if they have the guts, the courage, the fortitude to chase their dreams, will make them financially independent. What is the music that is beating in your heart? What is your life's purpose? If you didn't show up at this particular hour, this particular moment in time, what would the world miss? A career is what you pay for, but a calling is what you make. The fifth law of love, how may I serve thee? Service is the price you pay for the space that you occupy, and anybody can serve. I don't care where you are in life, as I discovered in my focus groups and one-on-one interviews with these black millionaires. Anybody can add value. Anybody can wow the customer. Anybody can be the most positive person in the room. Anybody can increase sales, and we can all serve. I want you to take this formula, burn it in your subconscious. Q plus NA equals C. The quality of your service plus the quantity of your service plus the mental attitude and what you render, all will equal compensation. People will make you rich, or people will make you poor, depending upon the level of your service. Who taught me that? Valerie Daniels Carter. Valerie Daniels Carter here is a black woman who owns minimum 121 fast food franchises. More than 100 fast food franchises between Burger King and Pizza Hut alone. And what she told me is that anyone can serve. I had a great interview with a young gentleman in Detroit. He's a young millionaire out of Detroit. And when he graduated from college, the only job that he could get was working in one of the top restaurants in the Detroit area. She was so impressed with his passion and the way that he delivered service, doing more than what was expected, doing more than what was required. And after leaving a sizable tip, she left her business card on that table. And that business card, on the back of it, she wrote, "Young man, if you are ever interested in owning and operating a restaurant for yourself, please call me first." Well, a couple of months later, he took her up on that offer and he called that number. And she was strategic and Ken Brown buying his first 2 McDonald's restaurants. Add value, wow the customer. Service is the price you pay for the space that we offer. The 6th law of wealth, thou shalt be in business for thyself. Years ago, I'm in the book line study of Bishop T.D. Jakes. And I'm seated in this study and I'm looking at every book on God's green earth that you would ever want to read, study, or examine in your life. And all of a sudden, here Bishop Jakes walked in. And what do we know about Bishop T.D. Jakes? Well, number one, they told me he would never make it in the ministry. He left Charleston, West Virginia with only 8 members. He didn't finish high school. He went back to get his GED. He has a heavy list. And I brought that up during the time of our interview. And I said to him, I said, Bishop, I said, how in the world did you go from Charleston, West Virginia with only 8 members to building a Honors House, 191,000 square foot facility with a value of more than $45 million? He said to me, he said, well, young man, my critics weren't all together alone. I do have a heavy list, and if you hear it close enough, you can listen to it, you can hear it. But then he said, I don't care whether I had to spit, I don't care whether I had to stutter, I don't care whether I had to stammer. I had something to say, and I was going to say it. I said, well, Bishop, give me the keys to wealth, give me the keys to prosperity, give me the keys of owning and operating your own business. And he said to me, he said, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime. But show him how he can buy the pond, and no one in his family will ever know trouble. You've got to understand this, people. The wealthy work for profits, they do not work for wages. They think 1099, not W-2. The poor keep score by cars and clothes. The middle class, they keep score by degrees and titles. But the wealthy, they keep score by their bank accounts. In today's economy, if you are living off of a single paycheck, you are probably unemployed. And again, Mike Roberts said to me, one half of the Roberts brothers who were on par to be joined millionaire status based in St. Louis, it's not now, when? And if not you, why not? And the final law of wealth, number 7, make thy money grow. Never forget, wealth is not what you earn, it's what you keep. If you cannot save 10 to 15% of all your earnings, the seeds of greatness are in you. And as a college professor, I know it's tough.
So we have to use that. Okay. Progress equals happiness. But in order to get progress, what do you have to have? A purpose, somewhere to go. Progress got to be measured against something. What you want to be? And I don't know. You ain't gonna buy evidence that way, huh? What you trying to do? You going to college? Where you going? Man, I'm just chilling. Okay? Evidence ain't gonna come around there. Purpose, though. What is your purpose? That's the most searched phrase Two most powerful attributes in the world. Discipline. Self-discipline at that. Self-sacrifice. That's hard to deal with, especially when you have kids. Sometimes your sacrifice leads over to your kids' life. And as kids, sometimes they don't understand that you're sacrificing something that's going to help them more in the long run. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's emotional, but you got to be able to make it. Does anybody have a definition of success? No? Nobody got a definition of success, but we all want to be successful. It goes back to that purpose. If we don't have a definition, how do we know when we get there? Okay, I'll give you a definition outline. Success is having the knowledge to get whatever you want out of life without violating the rights of other people. It's showing them how to acquire it for themselves if they choose. Does that make sense? Is that fair? Like I tell my kids, well, I tell my daughter, you successfully passed 6th grade. Now you're in 7th grade. But according to that definition, you're not successful until you can tell somebody that's coming to the 6th grade how to get through 6th grade without violating the rights of others. Right? Can you tell your little brother how to get through 6th grade without cheating, without harassing people, without getting expelled? Oh, you can. So you was a successful 6th grader, wasn't you? See how that makes sense? All right, cool.
People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true. The reason is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up. It's really hard, and you have to do it over a sustained period of time. So if you don't love it, if you're not having fun doing it, you don't really love it, you're going to give up.
You know what's crazy? One of the things that I think about is $1 million seems like a lot of money. It seems like we all want to reach that million and get there. And when we think about it, subconsciously, it's a big climb. We know we got ways to go. But then when you meet people or see people or walk around with an iPhone and you know this man built the first $1 trillion company. They said billionaires don't work for money. He hit $1 trillion company and he was dead. Man, y'all talking about SSI 65. Come on, man, I'm trying to live. All right. This is it, y'all. Mario talked about procrastination. This is what them seminars do. Y'all want to know how to move past procrastination, right? Okay, let's start with fear. What is fear?
False evidence appearing real.
False evidence appearing real is exactly right. Let's be my dad. That must be wise for some reason. See the graphic? But, okay. False evidence appearing real. Do y'all know fear keeps people from doing most things? Fear is the biggest reason why people aren't successful. What I say fear was? How many people has ever met the thing they fear most? Aside that breakup.
I'm fear of change.
Fear of see? Change is hard. There's a book out.
My problem is that I want to be successful, but I just be scared to take that leap because you're so stuck in the situation that you're in. I'm scared to change and do something different. I'm scared of failure. I'm scared of failing, and then I'll have to fall back on.
There's a book out. It has a red title. It's called Giving Up Good for Great. Oh. Y'all remember before the job, when we saw about we all looking for comfort, right? Comfort's a great place, but nothing grows here. Until you get uncomfortable, it's going to change happen. So fear, false evidence appearing real. So when we talk about marketing, right? When we talk about business, it's a whole bunch of marketing, right? Listen to me to be 106 marketing sales lady. Whole lot of marketing, right? A little marketing, different strategies, right? So let's break down the basics of marketing. It's called the law of numbers, or the numbers game. 1 out of 10, that's what they say after when you have something to sell. 1 out of 10, that's the number that break down. 2 out of 10 if you're good. 3 out of 10 doesn't seem like a lot, but you do 3 out of 10, you know what that is? Legendary. Does anybody know how much a baseball player makes if he batted 300?
300.
If his batting average is 300, do you know how much he's making? At least 100 million. Batting 300 leads you to the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
In order to bat 300, that means out of 1,000 balls thrown at you, you get 300 of them.
That's right.
Or 3 out of 10. When you break it down. So now when we talk about our social media, right? Okay, so if I could get 1,000 people just in one group, and I control that group, right? And I put up a post of something I want to sell, what should happen?
So let's get 300.
Somebody gonna buy it just by the law of numbers, just as it said. Nobody said the product had to be good. Nobody said it had to be the best. That's another thing. When we come to business, we have to look at it 2 ways. Do you want to be the best selling? Or let's take books. The best selling author or the best writing author? Do you want to be the best selling, whatever you choose to do, or just the best at it? Does that make sense? Do y'all see the difference?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The business plan. The business plan, man, is like trigonometry. Anybody take trigonometry? The marketing lady. Let me ask, anybody take statistics?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Alright, so the business plan is like trigonometry. Right? Even statistics. Most people, we don't even use that. But once you learn that system, your mind starts thinking on that level. So with your business plan, when you take time to write it out, business plans are simple. Who, what, when, why, where. Too simple. If you need more, I go into detail. We can go into details after. But that part's too simple. But without a business plan, it goes back to that purpose, right? Without a business plan, where is your business? Oh, I ain't got no purpose. But then it comes back around like, well, if I don't got time to write a business plan, do people really have, if I don't put the time in to write out a business plan, is anybody really going to buy it? If you don't respect your business as far as the time you put into it, are you going to get mad because somebody's not taking the time with you? Okay, cool. When value is clear, decisions are made easy. That's called, we'll get into that. It's called problem solving. I'm going to go deeper with it. I want to create a group business.
Sure.
What you got? This is a business. It don't matter what the business is. We just going to use it for the group.
Real estate. What's that?
Selling property and real estate, right? Cotton?
Cotton.
Let's do her cleaning thing.
Her cleaning. You got a cleaning business.
She wants to start.
Boom. All right. So y'all, we're going to help her get her roadmap to her cleaning business. All right? A more well, right? It's spelled. It's answer. You will say, okay, cool. So we had a cleaning business. All right. So before any business could work, we need to know our why. Do you mind telling us why you want to clean a business?
I enjoy cleaning things. I have organization.
Okay.
Have a passion for
I like seeing things in certain places.
Structure.
Yes.
Yes. Again, Because you're looking down at the sky view so you can see the whole field versus him being in. A lot of times we start our businesses and we get in, and we get so busy working in the business, we're not stepping out of business to look on the business. So we're missing so many different knickknacks, little problems. And remember, it's always the little things. Always the, let me ask this. Anybody know anybody been bit by an elephant? Red hens? No? No. I Googled that. And it's hard to find people who have been bit by an elephant. Anybody know anybody been bit by a mosquito?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? You been bit by a mosquito? Okay, cool. That's a life lesson. It's not the big stuff you got to worry about. It's the little stuff. Don't worry about who's going to buy your product. Do the little stuff. All right? So even with our cleaning business, what that means for us is doing the little stuff. Okay, when we go clean, we might face everything forward. We might not wear shoes in the house. Well, that's just little things. Little things people appreciate. Well, when we go cut grass, the dude never leave picks the water hose up. So what I do? Pick the water hose up. Oh, they don't ever blow off my car. They blow the grass everywhere, but don't blow off my car.
No.
The little stuff, right? And with the little stuff, what does that do for the customer?
Yes, sir.
Appreciation, right? And what does that do? Bring them back. Right? They say business is like life. The appreciation part, let me share this with y'all. When two people invest on a property, that becomes a what? Partnership? Okay, so when that business gains money, what is that called? Profit, but it's called appreciation, right? Your business just appreciating. That's what they say, right? Outside of finances, what's the reason most relationships break up?
Outside of finances?
Yeah?
That's the number one.
Appreciation, right? One partner not feeling appreciated, right? So if me and my girl set a goal to paint the whole house blue, right? We put a purpose there, paint the whole house blue. So now we have a disagreement. The relationship's in jeopardy, she's not feeling appreciated. She goes to the other room. But when she goes to the other room, what's there? The blue walls, right? That was our investment, right? So now every time she feels appreciated in that blue room, how legit is her story? Babe, you don't feel appreciated when we did this? We set this goal. This is what we accomplished together. Progress equals what? Happiness. You ever been in a relationship and accomplished a relationship goal? Yeah, y'all good. I'm still trying to get in a relationship where we got though. Y'all feel better than me. All right, cool. I had to do this for marketing purposes. So, what this little thing says, what this little graph says right here, the blue sliver right here, that's called execution. The red is the idea. It's the biggest misconception out there. A lot of people think about idea with no execution. Failure to launch. This is what business looks like. This idea, maybe 10%. The rest is execution. So, successful businesses solve problems. Can anybody tell me what McDonald's sells? Yeah, but what do they sell to you?
Time.
They sell time? Why do you go to McDonald's?
It's convenient.
All right. What kind of neighborhoods are McDonald's in? Low income? Low income, right?
Yes.
So let me tell you what McDonald's sells. Time and low prices. You want it around here, median, but you don't have a median budget. So every time McDonald's come by, guess what you do? Go to McDonald's, right? You got kids, you ain't got time, or a lot of money. What problem they solve? Yours. Neighborhood places got mad at Walmart. Why?
Told them out of business.
Going out of business. Low prices, exactly right. So we all want to save money? My bad, Frank. We all want to save money? So Walmart, we want to save money, we want to save time, we don't want to drive around everywhere. Walmart say, okay, come here, we got your groceries, we got your food, we got your clothes, we got your hair products, we got your tools. So even if you don't want to support Walmart, on the lazy days, guess where you going? Walmart. Y'all remember when we just had one Dixie here? Just had one Dixie. We just had a grocery store. So Sunday was the grocery store, then you had to go get the car wash, then you had, the oil change, all this other stuff. Walmart said, just come here, we got you. Boom. Teamwork makes the dream work. Hey y'all, this is how you build a $1 billion company. This is the formula for a $1 billion company right here. Leverage 1% of 100 people effort is better than 100% of your own. If you're not leveraging, you're being leveraged. What does 1% of 100 people effort is better than 100% of your own? Or what does leveraging mean? Right? So it's hard, what they say, if you want to go fast, go along. If you want to go further, go bring a team with you. If you want to make a lot of money, you like to go along. But if you want to leave a legacy, build a team. Build a team. Not everybody's an entrepreneur. Remember we talked about all those roles plays a part?
Yeah.
Just because you're an employer in my company don't mean you can't have equity in it, does it?
Right?
When we watch basketball teams, the team where everybody dominates their role is a team that wins all the time. When people want to play other people's position, that's when conflict and chaos comes. But you have to have structure. So for example, if you have a company, don't you need a sales force? How many companies don't have sales forces? Okay, so if I'm building a business, there's nothing new under the sun, I don't have to reinvent the wheel, I better give me a sales force and start looking into somebody at least play that role. Right? Okay. Resistance. Resistance, y'all. Resistance is everything. Resistance is everything that goes wrong. But it is everything. Because without resistance, we can't build muscles, right? So you got to break down and come up. The universe has to test how bad you want something.
Right.
If every time you got challenged or tested, you quit, you're never going to get to where you're going.
That's right.
The bigger the dream, the bigger the resistance. Fail. I like that. First attempts at learning, right? Okay. Core values. You got to have core values because they give you boundaries as a person. But even in your business, if something doesn't align with your business's core values, you're being a distraction to your business. You're not going to be happy because you're not making progress in your business. Alone. Yep. Alone. You can be with a lot of people and still be alone. We know that. But sometimes you can be alone and be busy too. That's why I put focus there. Anybody know what focus stands for? Follow one course until successful. What does that mean? two of them. The first one is, whenever you want to do something, well, think about how powerful it is to know how to grow something. Think about if everybody knows how to grow their own food. Walmart might be out of business. Well, let's skip that. Our government, how much control would they lose? Would you really be going to work that hard if you already had your groceries? Okay. You're like, man, that's just full-time. Give me a part-time. This is the story of life, the seed. We're all trying to grow into something. But part of that growth process is being dropped in a hole covered with dirt. Covered with dirt. You know the seed needs water, right? Not everybody has water. Sometimes it takes a while. They don't want to come pee on it. You can imagine that what you want. They call it fertilizer. So everybody got some fertilizer in their life. But without fertilizer, you don't grow. But how you deal with your fertilizer? You just lay it under. Like my pastor said, you got in the valley and you was just there. You didn't even notice what was on the walls. Because the directions was right there. Okay, so for our company, we need a vision. You need a vision statement for whatever you do. It might seem like it's a minor thing, but the vision statement let other companies know how they can partner with you. It lets your customers know where you're going. Then you have your mission statement, which is the promise that your company gives. Hold us to this standard. Hold us to this. This is our mission. Our mission is to do blank, blank, and blank. So when we're not doing this, we know we're out of line. System. SYSTEM. Save yourself time, energy, money. Okay, that's why you need a system. Your system teaches you consistency. Does McDonald's fries taste different in Florida than they do in California? Nope. No? How about in Killeen and Harvey Heights? Nope. Okay, so they have a formula. They have a system. They have a process. Has anybody ever done anything without a system and a process? How much energy you lose? How much time you lose? Okay, cool. So we know for our system, for our companies, if we want to leverage them, we need to hire somebody to do something so they can work in and we can be on or vice versa. We need to come up with a system. How do we receive emails? Something that system is a system. How do we receive emails? Have you wrote that system out? The email comes in. Who answers it? Who replies? What department does it go to? Those are little systems and processes. If you don't have them, the email comes in, it might just sit there. I thought you got it. I thought you got it. That's where the structure and everything comes into. Here's an example of a vision statement. This is Microsoft's. They say there will be a personal computer on every desk running Microsoft. That's their goal. That's their mission. Pretty successful company, huh? Yeah, okay, we got all right. So, finding your team. I'm going to play the last short video because they have a special guest on there. It's from one of my mentors and his mentors. Then we get back into the niche.
Hello everyone, welcome to the DNA of Entrepreneurship. My name is Timo Stebbins, known entrepreneur, and I just wanted to drop a quick message to everybody out there listening or everybody in the audience that, if you're pursuing a career in entrepreneurship or if that's something that you've been thinking about about doing. You know, having the right knowledge is very important when you do this. One of the things that I wanted to just say to you is, you know, keep going, press hard. You know, don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't be successful or that you won't be successful at, you know, making your dreams a reality. You know, I started years ago when I was young, you know, like 7 years old. I was a very creative young man, and, you know, it's blossomed into, you know, great fortune for me today. So, you know, it's important that you understand the DNA of entrepreneurship and what's that about. But on another note, again, mentorship is important as well, to be able to have a good mentor or choose the right mentors to help you, you know, create that dream or help you create the understanding that you need to be successful, you know, in business or entrepreneurship or your creativity and reaching your goals. So just wanted to drop in for a little bit and throw that off to you guys. I hope you enjoy the DNA of entrepreneurship. He's also the mentor of me and was a great part of why, you know, I reached the successes that I've reached today. So enjoy again and have a good time today. Everybody got it.
How you doing, everybody? Back to thinking like you're broke. The power of broke. Now remember, broke is a temporary situation. Poverty of the mind is permanent. I'm here to give you the knowledge on how you can think like you're broke. I don't care if you have $1 billion in the bank account. You can think like you're broke, and it can help you succeed. Now, here is one of the main reasons that I believe people are successful, and some studies have been done on it as well. Mentors. Those individuals in your life that have no interest in your company, but they give you the knowledge because they've been successful, they want to pass this down, they want to help you, and they want to help you because they feel like they're blessed. Mentors are very, very important for various different reasons. Some studies have shown that mentors are important because, number one, they keep you on track and they make sure you don't scale too quickly. Number two, they tell you don't take in money too soon. Learn your mistakes small, grow your business so the money costs you less the bigger the business is. If you're doing $100,000 in business and you ask me for $30,000, well, maybe I want 50% of your company. But if you're doing $500,000 in business and you ask me for the same amount, I probably only want 5% of your company. Learn all your mistakes small. Go out and find mentors. But here's the important part about finding mentors. What are you doing for the mentor as well? Anybody who's going to give you something, you must do something for them. Maybe there's somebody very wealthy, but they happen to love animals, and you say, I'm going to donate 10 hours of my life a week to the ASPCA because I want to make sure that I show you that I'm here to give back to you the same way you're giving to me. If you ever hear about companies that go out and raise public money, you ever hear about when they say, here's who's on my board? These are mentors. These are 5, 10, 15 people who have made mistakes, who've learned everything, and who are willing to guide that person down the path. And they're co-signing on you. Go out and find a mentor. You don't need to go and find the big David Johnson, Mark Hughes who have to be on these public platforms. Go find a local person. My first external mentor besides my mother and one of my teachers was a guy named Tim. He owned a very small bodega or corner store in my neighborhood. And Tim would talk to me every single day. I'd go over there and I'd sweep up and I'd hang out with him. And he would tell me about P&L, profit and loss. He would talk about all the gas shortages out there. He would deal and tell me about the competitors and how to deal with my numbers and employees and things of that nature. Somebody running a successful business in your neighborhood for the last 20 years is exercising the power of growth, and it's the same amount of energy running that small little shop as it is running Apple. So go out there and find a local mentor, and like a series of mentors. Once you outgrow that mentor, and you go on to another person and another mentor, and you know what? You start to return that knowledge to those initial mentors that help you get up that ladder, and you pay it all back. Go out there and exercise the power of growth. Go out there and find a mentor to somebody. Go out there and find your mentor, and then make sure that you become a mentor to somebody as well.
So mentors do matter. If you ever follow sports and you follow the chain of greatness, I guess you could say, So if we start with Jordan. Jordan, he trained Kobe. Kobe went to his camps. He took Kobe under his wings. Who did Kobe train? Who went to Kobe camps? LeBron, right? LeBron went to Kobe camps. KD and LeBron are close. They both went to Kobe camps. In the offseason, they both hang out. The little guy from Boston, Tatum and the other dude that showed up last playoffs, they both were sponsored by LeBron. Since they were ninth grade, mentors haven't changed. Whatever industry it is, when you see great, they often tie to each other some way, somehow. It's a link there. Niches, right? Niches, like when you Sprint, Verizon. They use the same tower, right? Same tower, same format. Verizon say they have the most reliable network. Now that Sprint say they have the most reliable network, right? Verizon has the most reliable network. Sprint say they have the largest network. They're the same thing, but they're two different things. So even when the cleaning business comes, there are always going to be a million cleaning businesses. But what's your niche? Those are the three questions your niche answers. But when they look at your niche, you should line up with your vision, your mission statement. But not only that, all three of those should line up with your work. With your quality of work, what you do, what you say you're going to do. Why entrepreneurs fail? We saw lack of knowledge. We saw the first law of knowledge, so of course lack of knowledge. Money versus solutions. That's the biggest reason I see people fail at the lean. People will rather give you your money take your money without no solution. People would rather just be after your money. They don't want to give you their experience. They don't want to value you first or value the problem they solve first. They'd rather just take your money. So example, again, is people often want to start businesses with good ideas. And good ideas are the worst way to start businesses. Solving problems starts businesses. Nobody cares Steve Jobs had a good idea to create an iPhone. But when you want to take your music with you, he solved the problem for you, so you got an iPhone. Right? Then poor. P-O-O-R. Passing over opportunity repeatedly. You'll end up poor. Miss too many networking events. See if you don't have a poor business. Don't open the door enough time for your girl. See if you have a poor attitude. It doesn't work. Giving up too soon. We all know that. Then the plan. The plan is brand. Brand your product or service. The problem I see with network marketing, in order to be successful with it, you have to become the Avon man, the Mary Kay man. That's the only way for it to work. But now, if you were just trying to do that to make some extra money, you have to put your brand down. So if you're Van the author, for me to be successful at Mary Kay, I need to become Van the Mary Kay man. You can't brand too many things. Relate. If you ever watch a commercial, they show you how to use their product. If you ever watch a music video, they show you what the video is for and what you're supposed to do to it. If it's a video to get ready to go to the club, they show you getting dressed, going to the club. So you know you played this on the way to the club. If it's a quote-unquote club banger, they show it in the club. They show you what to do. When you watch commercials, whether it's dishwashing liquid or whatever, they show you how to use your product. So when you think about a commercial or a branding, remember you have to relate to your customer. Show them how to use your product or service. Amaze, of course, testimonies. Testimony is everything. Nobody wants to hear you say you're number one. Nobody wants to hear that. But when somebody else says you're number one, it holds a lot more weight. final slide, I'll tell you our story. America was built on entrepreneurship. That's the middle class. Entrepreneurs like the term lions, right? Y'all with me? So when I talk about lions in this story, I'm talking about entrepreneurs. Well, there was a little cub. He got lost from his pack. And he grew up with a bunch of sheep. And the sheep raised him. He bad around with the sheep. Bad, eating grass. Then one day a pack of lions came. What you think they did to the sheep?
Eat them all.
Ripped them up. It was gruesome. What happened to the little lion now? The cub. Now a teenage lion, whatever. He's looking like, that was my family. They looking like, we ain't gonna hurt you, you one of us. So one lion roars at him. The little one, he runs behind So he runs behind the tree, right? So they come over there. And they look at him. The other one roars again. Then the little one, bad. So now